The Imp of the Perverse. In the consideration of the faculties and impulses of the prima mobilia of the human soul, the phrenologists have failed to make room for a propensity which, although obviously existing as a radical, primitive, irreducible sentiment, has been equally overlooked by all the moralists who have preceded them. We saw no need of the impulse for the propensity. Through its promptings, we act without comprehensible object. Or, if this be understood as a contradiction in terms, we may so far modify the proposition as to say that through its promptings we act for the reason that we should not. In theory, no reason can be more unreasonable, but in fact, there is none more strong. With certain minds, under certain conditions, it becomes absolutely irresistible. I am not more certain that I breathe than that the assurance of the wrong or error of any action is often the one unconquerable force that impels us and alone impels us to its prosecution. Nor will this overwhelming tendency to do wrong for the wrong's sake admit of analysis or resolution into ulterior elements. It is a radical, a primitive impulse, elementary. Examine these and similar actions as we will, we find them resulting solely from the spirit of the perverse. We perpetrate them merely because we feel that we should not. Beyond or behind this, there is no intelligible principle, and we might indeed deem this perverseness a direct instigation of the arch-fiend, were it not occasionally known to operate in furtherance of good.
Now that you've let me explain myself, you know now I'm not crazy. I'm just a victim of the imp of Perverse. For weeks, for months, I pondered upon the means of murder. I rejected 1,000 schemes because their accomplishment involved a chance of detection. I knew my victim's habit of reading in bed. I knew, too, that his apartment was narrow and ill ventilated. A wax light of my own making for the one which I found. But I need not vex you with impertinent details. I need not describe by which I substituted in his bedroom's candle stand. The next morning, he was discovered dead in his bed, and the coroner's verdict was, this wasn't a murder.
It was a resignation from God.
Having inherited his estate, all went well with me for years. The idea of detection never once entered my brain. I had left no shadow of a clue by which it would be possible to convict or even suspect me of the crime. But there arrived a length and epoch from which the pleasurable feelings grew into a haunting and harassing thought. It is quite a common thing to be thus annoyed with the ringing in our ears, or rather in our memories, of some ordinary song or some unimpressive snatches from an opera. In this manner, at last, I would perpetually catch myself pondering upon my security and repeating in a low undertone the phrase,
Go watch the Super Bowl tonight.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
What are you talking about?
No sooner had I spoken these words than I felt an icy chill creep to my heart.
How's your day going?
What? Why do you want to know about my day? Nothing. No, everything's fine.
Wondering.
Don't wonder. Don't wonder about me. Let me wonder about me.
Okay.
Jeez, people always want to know what I want, when I'm doing it, when I'm doing it, what I'm doing, where I live. Leave me alone.
And now my own casual self-suggestion that I might possibly be fool enough to confess the murder of which I am guilty confronted me as if the very ghost of him and beckoned me on to death.
Nothing, I'm safe.
I walked vigorously, faster, still faster. At length I ran. I felt a maddening desire to shriek aloud, for every succeeding wave of thought overwhelmed me with new terror. I still quickened my pace. I bounded like a madman through the crowd, for alas, I too well understand that to think in my situation was to be lost. I turned. I gasped for breath. For a moment, I experienced all the pangs of suffocation. I became blind and deaf and giddy, and then some invisible fiend, I thought, struck me with his broad palm upon the back. The long imprisoned secret burst from my soul. They say that I spoke with a distinct enunciation, but with marked emphasis and passionate hurry, as if in dread of interruption before concluding the brief but pregnant sentences that consigned me to hell. Alright, I did it. I poisoned him with the candle. I killed him. Well, why shall I say more? Today I wear these chains. Tomorrow I will be free.